far back as I can remember, I've always been into cars. And one of the most memorable moments I had as a child was when I was about 8 years old. My dad took me to an open field, put me on his lap, and let me drive his car. And that feeling of pushing the accelerator pedal and the thrust going forward, that's something that has been engraved in my memory forever. Yes, it was kind of dangerous, but those were times where parents let their kids live a little bit. My dad was a car guy too. I remember he had an old Hyundai Excel in Korea, and he was always messing with it. Over the years, my passion grew. I went to auto shows, collected posters, and put them up on my wall. I was on Craigslist and Cars.com just constantly looking at used cars that I can't afford, and then just being really sad whenever they sold. In high school, I got my first car, which was a 1994 Thunder Gray Acura Integra LS base model. It was an automatic. It wasn't the cool version, but it passed the vibes for a high school kid. I immediately got to modding the car. I remember putting on clear turn signals as my first mod, and then putting red vinyl over the amber turn signals on the rear, and a few other small things that were popular during the golden era of Honda. Fast forward to 2017, I got my first job, I got married, and I had my first child. I was still very much into cars. I was looking up cars all the time, but actually not buying them. But one day my wife told me, instead of just looking at cars all day, why don't you just go buy one? And that kind of hit me. All these years I've been looking at project cars, and the thought of wrenching on my car in my garage was so foreign to me, maybe because the way I was brought up or just my lack of initiative, but something just didn't click for me until she told me to go do it. So I got my first project car, which was a $300 Saab 900S. It was the base model. Again, it wasn't the cool version, but it was reliable and it was enough for me to start wrenching. The plan was simple. I buy it cheap, fix it up, learn how to wrench on cars, and then hopefully sell it for a profit. Fast forward to now, I've been lucky enough to have a bunch of cool project cars, mostly Saabs, but some non-Saabs, and I started this YouTube channel to document my progress. When I first started wrenching on cars, I was 28 years old and I only had one kid. I had time, I had energy, and I had passion. I loved buying cars that were in rough shape, nursing them back to life, and bringing them back to their former glory. There was a deep satisfaction in doing that, and I was addicted to that feeling. Then life kept moving. I had kid number 2, and I had some advancements in my career, which meant less time and less energy, but that still wasn't enough to kill the passion. In fact, going out to the garage was my place of rest and a place to reset. And around the same time, I really started falling in love with videography and video editing. And then it happened. After becoming a PhD candidate in violin performance, my wife decided to leave all that behind and pursue a degree in medicine. She knocked out her prereqs, scored really well on the MCAT, and got accepted to a med school here in Tennessee. But as if that wasn't enough of a big change, we had our kid number 3. It was unexpected, so it was both a shock and a blessing at the same time. And life suddenly felt like it was going 100 miles an hour. Having 3 kids, working full time, and supporting a wife in med school is honestly, it's a lot. My typical day goes like this. At 5 a.m. I wake up and go to the gym, which honestly, that rarely happens these days. And then at 8 o'clock I start work. And then at 5 o'clock I stop work. And then my real job begins. I go into dad mode, play with the kids, take them to soccer practice, cooking, cleaning, and whatever else they require. By 9 o'clock my older ones are in bed. And then at 10 o'clock everything kind of settles down. But of course my newborn is still wide awake.
Ba.
So my wife having to study all the time and then me having to take care of the kids, we are completely exhausted. If we didn't have our in-laws living with us, I don't think that what we're doing is even possible. So it's time to take a very honest look at my life right now. 3 kids under 10, working full-time, and a wife in med school. My wife actually gave birth during her first year of med school, and as a result, she had to repeat the year. So this year, she's starting all over again. And that was sort of devastating, actually very devastating for us, because it meant that we let 1 year go by without any progress towards her degree, and also 1 year of student loans that we kind of just wasted. And the truth is that we still don't know if what we're doing is even possible. Going through med school alone is a very rigorous and difficult program, but doing that as a mom of 3 is, some would say, that's impossible. And if it doesn't work out, we'll just end up with more debt. And this kind of uncertainty has been very heavy on us, and the only thing that has held us together was prayer. Whenever we face challenges, I think it's very easy for us to try to take control, making detailed plans, worrying and being anxious, but we try to remember that God is in control and He is the one that provides. So when everything feels like it's falling apart, I think it's good to remember that in the Bible it says His ways are higher than ours. So this struggle isn't really about cars at this point, it's a lot bigger than that, but since this is a car channel, I'm going to talk about cars. So if I want to go wrench on a car right now, it's about 11 p.m. right now. That means that I would go downstairs and kind of be in my own world. And then my wife, she would be studying, but if our infant wakes up, she has to go, and that takes time away from studying. So I can't really go out to the garage anymore like that. So anytime I go work on my car, that means either I skip time. Is it done? Seriously? One of my lights just went out, so sorry about that. So if I want to go wrench on a car, that means I sacrifice time with my kids, or take away study time for my wife, or I don't sleep, which affects my real job, and that's not something that I want. So I think this season requires me to go back on my car journey in order to go forward for my family, and that is completely okay. The garage will still be here, I'll still be here. The cars will, there's always cars out there, and the passion doesn't disappear just because there's no time for it. Of course, I'm still going to be thinking about cars all the time. That's just something I do. But I think the first step is to get something more practical so that I don't have to mess with it all the time. At the moment, I have Vader 900, my 88 Saab 900 Turbo SPG, and Bluey, my NB2 Mazda Miata. And I have decided to let Vader 900 go. And I'm beyond mad at myself for coming to this decision, but after weighing out all the options, I think that's the best decision. So that car actually doesn't have AC, and yeah, I can just go fix the AC, but it's still a 40-year-old car at the end of the day, and even though it's been dead reliable for me, I just can't risk taking my kids around in it and then having it break down, especially right now where it's very humid here in Tennessee. The last thing I want is having my 1-year-old in the car and then being stranded without AC. So Vader 900 is getting listed for sale. Alright, well, today's the day. Someone's coming to get the car. He's coming from about 3 hours away, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna buy it. If I looked at this thing, I would buy it too, because it's such an awesome car. Sounds great, looks great. It is a little rough around the edges, but that's why it's not $20,000 as something like this would go for at this time. It's 2026, and so I think obviously as the seller, I think the buyer is getting a great deal. But yeah, I don't know what to feel right now because I really don't want to sell it, but I just don't think I'm doing this car justice by just keeping it here and letting it sit. So I might as well give it to someone who will actually restore it and enjoy it more than I will. So it's been good. It's been good. And I'm selling the Miata too. I'm not even finished with the wrap, but I'm just gonna list it for sale and see if it sells. I know that it's a super popular car, and oh man, wow. There you go. So I know it's a super popular car, and I know that TikTok kids will come and scoop it up. So I bought that car for $3,800, and I spent probably like $600, $700 making it right. and I'm gonna try to list it for $5,000 and see if it sells. I think it will sell because it only has 63,000 miles, and if someone knows how to wrap it, then that car is a fantastic steal in my opinion. It really sucks that it came down to this, but I am still very blessed. I came from a first-generation immigrant family, and my parents worked their butts off to give me and my sister a better life, but it wasn't always pretty, and we did have some good moments here and there, but compared to how I grew up, the situation I'm in right now is not even comparable. I am so blessed. I have 3 amazing kids, and I have a beautiful and incredibly smart partner for life who supports me in everything I do, and I have some family here that supports me. So what's next? I'm going to need a more practical and more modern car that can fit all 3 kids and still be relatively fun. I am still looking right now, but I have something in mind, and maybe by the time this video goes out, I might have it or not, I don't know. So yeah, I know my videos have been kind of very inconsistent lately, but thank you for sticking by, and thank you if you're still here watching after all of my babbling. You guys are the real ones, so thank you so much. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.